So I feel like for the longest time I've been carrying around this great burden as to why Ocarina of Time is so meaningful to me. For a while I thought that the value of the game was always going to be determined by however old a person was when they first played it. In which all of this got me thinking, like, why does it seem this way? Why is it that whenever I think about this game, this experience, I have an unexplained emotional attachment to it? Well, I think I got an answer. The story in Ocarina of Time tells the tale of a young boy's actions and how he affects all those around him, and more specifically, how he helps awaken each sage. This story's centerpiece revolves around time travel as it shows us the rippling effects of young Link's courage 7 years after their points of origin. One of the things I've loved most about the game is that Link has no idea that the people in his life are the sages he must later awaken. And the first sage that is awakened just so happens to be the person who always cared for Link. Saria is the first in-game character we are introduced to, who just so happens to already have an established relationship with Link. Unlike other characters in this game, Saria has always had a genuine concern for Link and the state of their friendship. When saying goodbye, she presents him a fairy ocarina in hopes that when he plays it, he will think of her and want to come back to the forest to visit. It's challenging to understand the weight of this gesture because we're not given a lot of context in order to comprehend what she's really going through. But in this moment, Link's closest friend is saying, "I know you're meant for something great, but please don't forget about me. Don't forget about all the times that we've had." And in the end, that's all the both of them would ever have. Because Saria is a true Kokiri and Link isn't, she would have never grown up alongside of him anyways. I've always thought that this is the saddest story told in Ocarina of Time because no matter how close Link and Saria become, they are ultimately investing in a relationship that can never be. Even when she awakens as a sage, one of the things she tells Link is, "It is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world." Something else that's pretty cool, I think, is that in Kokiri Forest, though Link isn't a true Kokiri, he's still amongst people like him, children. And once he leaves his safe haven, the reality of his age sets in as young Link is constantly looked down upon by nearly everyone he comes in contact with. He's called things like Little Fella and Mr. Hero. Darunia, the boss of the Gorons, is initially insulted by his presence when they first meet, saying, "When I heard the song of the royal family, I expected their messenger had arrived, but you're just a little kid." And later on in the same conversation, he challenges Link to prove that he's a real man. Okay, I don't know about you and what age you played this game or if you've played it at all, but how young Link is constantly patronized frustrated me so much as a kid. I should be doing epic stuff like riding that horse from the menu screen, not having an existential crisis as an 8-year-old. But this whole thing got me thinking, like, this is what makes Ocarina of Time special. This may be why people hold it in such high regard and can't look back without being swept up by the deepest waves of nostalgia. It's because this game's theme is about growing up. It's about the pain of losing that first best friend. It's about feeling like we're voiceless or powerless and what it means to fight to be heard. Ocarina of Time is an experience that shows the significance of one person's influence over a period of time. I think at its core, it also taps into that desire of wanting to become the person we see in our head while all along wondering if our actions even matter. And we've all struggled with that. We've all asked ourselves these things. Will I ever reach my potential? Am I needed? Do I matter? Ocarina of Time provides a unique player perspective because of the visible transformation from child to adult. We can see the end game. This is a perspective that, especially as a kid or even now, we need to have. We need to have vision of the person we want to become, because without that vision, we have nothing to strive towards. And this is how this game single-handedly changed my life. At a young age, it taught me that destiny isn't something we mercilessly fall into, and purpose isn't something we randomly stumble upon, but it's action that's needed and courage that is necessary to become the person we desire to become. And after playing this game, I wouldn't let anyone tell me that I was too small or couldn't achieve something because I was a kid. And this is why Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. Hey, hope you enjoyed my outlook on Ocarina of Time. I've got a lot more to say about this game, believe it or not. So feel free to subscribe for more. And if you want to keep the Zeldathon going, then check out some of my other Zelda heartfelt breakdowns. Yeah, they're all kind of like this. Thank you guys so much for watching.